boys and girls. It's Monday, so it must be Miss Sue, Wizard of Curiosity. And wait till you see what I have for you today. In honor of the 4th of July holiday, we're doing fireworks in a jar. And we're also doing 2 other little experiments that are pretty spectacular also. So sit back and relax. I hope you had a good week. I'm ready to go. Remember, we've been reading our book called Wizard and Wart, with the wizard, Wart his dog, and Zounds his kind of vulture bird. In the past 2 weeks, we read about Wizard and Wart and Zounds and how they moved into a new place. They had everything set up and they decided, okay, let's open and we'll do hocus pocus. So they put up a big sign and said, Wizard and Wart's now open. We fix problems. Last week, they got their first customer, and it was a snake named Floyd. Well, Floyd had a problem. Floyd said he was in love with a rabbit. And could the wizard help him and change the rabbit into a snake? Well, Wizard didn't know if it was a good idea, and Wart certainly didn't, but he did some hocus, he did some pocus, and bam, he turned Floyd's little little rabbit girlfriend into a snake. So this week, the title is The Rabbit. So now let's meet the rabbit. Early the next morning, there was a knock at the door. There's Wizard. He's in bed getting out. There's Wart in his house and Zounds on the top of the bed. Well, they get dressed and they have to go see, who is it? Look at this. They looked high, then he looked low. Then Wart looked lower, and he said, oh, you again. Who again? Asked the snake. Are you a new who? Asked Wart. Who is this snake? Who do you think it could be? Yesterday, the snake sadly said, I was a cute rabbit named Wanda. Then the farmer started yelling, snake, snake. Well, I hate snakes. I tried to run, but I could only slither. There's the farmer, and there is the snake. And at that point, she didn't know she was a snake. Wizard said, tragic magic. Well, it got worse, cried Wanda. Last night, a snake named Floyd brought me a rose. He said it was true love. And there's Floyd meeting his girlfriend as a snake, giving her a rose. That is what he told us, Wart said. Yuck, said Wanda. They're kind of astonished. Floyd said you changed me into a snake. So you can change me back into a rabbit again. I don't know, said Wizard. Now! Yelled Wanda. She's demanding. She does not want to be a snake. Wizard hocused and pocused. He hopped and he bopped and poof! What do you think happened? The snake turned back into a rabbit. Anything else? Wizard asked. Well, as a matter of fact, Wanda said, I'm in love. Yikes, cried Wart. Well, he's a cat now, said Wanda, but he would make a great rabbit. I can see it in his eyes. See, she's telling him, I want the cat to turn into a rabbit so we can be in love. Oh, I wonder. That is a bad idea, said Wizard. It is a great idea, said Wanda. Besides, you owe me. I could make you a cat instead, Wizard said. I have already been a snake today, yelled Wanda. Right, said Wizard. Double yikes, said Wart. I wonder what's going to happen. So now he's got to change her boyfriend cat into a rabbit. He changed her back to a rabbit, and poor Floyd, he's still in love, but what can you do? We'll have to wait until next week for our next chapter, and it is called A Snake and Two Rabbits. All right, can't wait. Well, today I'm doing some golden oldies, let's call them. But we're putting a little spin on it because it is the 4th of July and you can't have too many fireworks. I hope you got to see some. Sometimes they're loud and scary, but they're oh so beautiful with the colors. And I thought, wonder if I can do those at home with some stuff I have. So today, that's exactly what we're going to do. So the first thing I did, and all of this, of course, is in your packet that was in your summer reading bag that you could get from the library. So I have all 3 recipes here, but if you want to follow along and write anything down, make sure you have a pencil. So the first thing I did is I got a jar. Now, I decided for this experiment, I would use a smaller jar, but you can see I just have it about 3/4 of the way full. Just clear water, nothing else. If you felt like using a larger one, which I'm thinking now maybe I should have, I've got a bigger one here, but then you can maybe see them more if that's what you have. Just adjust everything. So this one you would also fill about 3/4 with water. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to put in a separate bowl, you're going to put 4 tablespoons of oil. I already measured it out because I sent Mr. Curiosity Club to the store and said, I'm going to need a little oil for my experiment. That's the oil. I'm telling you, He does good things, but he really likes to save a dragon buck, I guess. Anyway, I measured it out anyway into 4 tablespoons. So that's what I have in this bowl. In this bowl, with the water is set aside, in this bowl with the oil, I'm going to put a few drops, do not mix. I tried that. A few drops of you guessed it, food coloring. I use this in almost everything because it just makes things spectacular. I'm going to tell you I experimented a couple times before I did this. At first I put 5 drops of each color in here. 5 blue, 5 green, 5 yellow, 5 red. What happened is when I put it in my water, it separated, but at first, for some reason, the blue and the green absorbed first, and it was too dark for me to really see what was going on. So the next time I adjusted the amount of drops I put in of all of them, and it was still too dark. So I decided today what I'm going to do is just start with, but you can experiment with this. It's really easy. I'm just going to use some colors in the water that's clear that might show our fireworks a little better. So I'm not using blue and green today, but you can try it. You never know. I'm going to put, since I have a smaller jar, I'm going to put 3 drops of each color into my oil. So I'm going to do, let's do this here. I'm going to do 3 drops of yellow. And I just put a drop in there. I would put 5 if you're using a big jar. And 3 drops, okay, of red. And I spread them out. Don't mix it whatsoever. What's going to happen is I'm going to pour my oil with the drops in it into my water, which is half full. And what's going to happen is the oil will separate from the water, but the food coloring will start to slowly drizzle down into wonderful, slow-moving fireworks. So let's see what we can do. Are you ready? So when it starts, you might have to wait a little bit, but it goes like this. It just looks like at the top, the oil is starting to separate from the bottom. It turned kind of an orangey because that's what you get when you mix red and yellow. And soon we should start seeing, yep, the bubbles are starting to clear. And eventually the food coloring starts to go down. I see it all bubbling, separating, bubbling. And it's starting, for me at least. I hope it's starting for you. I'm going to wait, let it get for just a couple more seconds until I hold it up. And you'll be able to see your fireworks. Now the first time I did it in a bigger one, but I'm working with so much here that I didn't. And I did put all the colors in and only 1 drop of green and 1 drop of blue. And it just became this just fantastic swirl of colors. Okay, buddy, you're making me a liar here. I just did it. Okay, if you hold yours up, you might be able to see some. I can see it. I don't know if you can see it in there, but it's starting to just kind of swirl around. Safe fireworks, safe colors. Just doing their thing. Try it with different colors. Let it sit bring it up. We'll take a look at it in a couple minutes. Mine's starting to go down, and I know it goes down. I know it works because I did it a couple times, like I said, in my laboratory. But now you can at least see that the oil is completely separated from the water, which is another neat science thing, because water is not as light, and the oil will just kind of sit on top eventually. So they're starting to go down. We're going to put that aside for a minute now that the oil's separated and see what's going on. Okay. So that's the first thing. And again, I'd experiment with different colors, how much, how little, bigger, smaller jars, maybe not so much big, huge oil stuff. And that's that one. My second one is a trick we did in the library, and I don't know if I did it online before this summer or not. But this one is another kind of spectacular colored one, and I have a bowl, I don't want to spill it, of milk. Okay? And in this bowl of milk, if you're doing this with me, take your food coloring again, couple dots. I just kind of put them all over. So I like to put them mostly in the middle, because you'll see why. Don't put them directly in the middle, and don't put them all together. Okay? And do a little red. I'm going to do a little green. I don't know why the green and blue are so strong. So I'm going to do 2 drops. And I'm going to do some blue. So if you look at it, I can't really pick it up for you, but if you look at it, you'll see that there's just drops that are kind of spreading out, but not really. But I'm going to show you a magic trick. If you have your dish soap with you, nothing's happening. But something in here, which is why they use these to clean animals that get in oil and so on, makes things separate. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a drop of this in, and I'm going to wait until you've gotten this done because it's spectacular. I can't really pick it up. But as soon as you put the drop of soap into the bowl with the milk and the food coloring, start swirling all over, because it's doing that word that we always talk about. It's reacting. So here I go. Oh my word, mine has just went like this, and now the colors are whirling. It looks like a tie-dyed shirt. Does yours look like that, boys and girls? And that's all thanks to the reaction of the milk mixed with the food coloring mixed with the dish soap, which is your reactor. You know that word because I've talked about it before. So that's one pretty cool thing, and if you have that, it's easy to do, and you could do it tonight for your mom and dad at the table if you want. So I'm going to put that aside, and I have one more. I've seen this now. This used to be something we did a long time ago when I had my program at the library, but it's pretty neat. And they've been doing a lot on Facebook and different videos I've seen, because it shows the power of washing your hands. And that's, again, using a reactor, the best reactor in the world, your dish soap, or any soap. So what I'm going to do, my droplets are just kind of hanging on, sinking. I hope yours are doing better. Geez, I did it twice and they worked. Well, maybe I didn't have enough coloring. We'll see. Anyway, for this one, I'm going to take pepper. And I have a bowl of just water. Again, I'm going to try to show you, but I don't want to spill anything. And what you do for this one is you take your pepper and you sprinkle it all on the top. I have a lot of pepper in here because I really want to see the reaction. So it's just water on the top with pepper. I put my finger in because I didn't wash it or anything, and nothing really happens because I don't have anything on my finger. The pepper just lays there and I have pepper on my finger. If I want to get that pepper representing the dirt to disperse, I'm going to use my reactor. Are you ready for this? In fact, why don't we just put a little on our fingertip? Now let's touch the water, just like we did. I have a little on my finger. Put it right in the middle. Oh my word! The pepper automatically goes like this. I mean, it doesn't take 2 seconds and it goes like this. So there you have it. Again, another spectacular thing that's so easy and takes just a few minutes. Using our reactor, this. So try again with your, mine has a few little stragglers coming down. I don't know. Try it. I did it before and it worked better. This is Curiosity Club, and you go back to the drawing table sometimes, as we've done many times, but it's fun to experiment. So that's it for this week, boys and girls. Be kind. Hug your mom and dad, your grandma, whoever. Do something nice for a stranger. Spread a little kindness, and have a great week. I'll see ya.